Yesterday, I told you that most survival gear is useless. Some people agreed, some people got angry, and judging by the comments, a lot of bug-out bags were dumped onto garage floors that night. But almost everyone asked me the same question. If half my gear is dead weight, then what should I actually carry? Fair question. So today, we're starting with absolutely nothing. No expensive gadgets, no fantasy equipment, no military cosplay, just one empty backpack. And we're going to build the bag I would actually trust if I had to leave my home with no warning. When we're done, this entire bag will weigh less than 15 pounds, yet it'll outperform most 50-pound bug-out bags sitting in American closets right now. And don't skip to the end, because the very last thing we're putting in this bag is something almost nobody packs, yet it might be the most valuable item of all. Let's start with the backpack itself. This is where most people already make their first mistake. They buy the tactical-looking bag. Black, covered in mollywebbing, Velcro patches, heavy zippers, heavy fabric, heavy everything. It looks tough. It feels tough. It also weighs several pounds before you've packed a single item. I'd rather carry a quality hiking backpack. It's lighter, more comfortable, built by people who spend entire days walking mountains instead of posing for product photos. And just as important, it doesn't advertise what's inside. In an evacuation, looking ordinary is a survival skill. If your water plan is one plastic bottle, you don't have a water plan. You have a countdown. Water comes first. One metal bottle, one quality water filter, a few purification tablets. That's it. The bottle lets you carry water. The filter lets you find water. The tablets give you a backup if the filter fails. 3 simple items, 3 different jobs. That's real redundancy. Forget the giant tent. Forget hauling your campground into the woods. A lightweight tarp, a military poncho, about 50 feet of paracord, a few aluminum stakes. That's enough to build several different shelters. It packs smaller, costs less, and weighs a fraction of what most tents do. Remember, you're trying to survive, not recreate your bedroom. Let's stop for a second. We've already covered 4 of the most important survival categories: backpack, water, shelter, cordage, and this bag still weighs less than most people's empty tactical backpack. That's when you realize something. The problem was never the weight. It was what you chose to carry. Now let's keep building. People love buying survival gear. They hate buying warm clothing. That's backwards. Most people don't freeze because it's snowing. They freeze because they're wet, or exhausted, or both. One lightweight insulated jacket, extra wool socks, a warm beanie, thin gloves, an emergency bivvy. None of it looks exciting. All of it can save your life. Warmth isn't glamorous. It's essential. This bag doesn't need a giant red first aid kit with 300 pieces. It needs equipment that actually solves problems. A real tourniquet, pressure dressing, hemostatic gauze, trauma shears, medical gloves, a few medications you actually use. Everything else is secondary, because cuts happen, but severe bleeding kills. Carry gear that matches reality. Fire isn't just warmth, it's dry clothes, safe water, hot food, comfort, morale, 1 Bic lighter, a second Bic lighter, 1 ferro rod, a small amount of reliable tinder. Notice something? No oversized fire kits, no fancy survival gadgets. Simple tools that actually work. Here's where most bug-out bags become suitcases. People pack enough food for a week, then wonder why they can't carry the bag. Remember the rule. You can survive much longer without food than without water or shelter. Carry dense calories, energy bars, peanut butter packets, freeze-dried meals, enough for about 72 hours. You're buying time, not opening a grocery store. When darkness comes, you need both hands free. That means a headlamp, not just a flashlight. Carry a small backup flashlight too. Then add paper maps, a simple compass, a battery bank. Your phone is useful until it isn't. Navigation shouldn't depend on one battery. Here's the category almost everyone forgets. Things break, backpacks tear, boots split, shelters rip, zippers fail, a few zip ties, duct tape wrapped around a card, heavy needle, strong thread, safety pins. Small repair items weigh almost nothing. Yet they can save thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Remember what I said at the beginning? The last thing isn't a gadget. It isn't a weapon. It isn't expensive. It's empty space. Look inside your bag. If every pocket is packed tight, you've already made a mistake. That empty space is where you'll carry extra water, medical supplies, a jacket, food someone gives you, medicine, unexpected gear. Every emergency is different. If your backpack is already full, you have no flexibility. Sometimes, the smartest thing you pack is nothing at all. Now, let's weigh it. Under 15 pounds. Everything inside has one job. Nothing inside is there to impress anyone. No gimmicks, no marketing, no fantasy. Just equipment that has earned its place. Here's the truth. A bug-out bag isn't a collection of cool gear. It's a collection of decisions. Every item asks the same question. Am I worth carrying for miles? If the answer is no, it doesn't belong, because a backpack you can carry for 10 hours will always beat one you abandon after 2. Preparation isn't measured by how much gear you own. It's measured by how much useful gear you can actually move. Next time, we're taking this exact backpack into the woods. No studio, no demonstrations on a clean table. We're going to use every single item under real conditions and find out what actually works and what doesn't. Because survival doesn't begin when you buy the gear. It begins the first time you trust your life to it. I'll see you in the next one.